into a short hallway of overgrown stairs where like they were just rot and mildew everywhere, a carpet of fungus on the floor, mold growing thickly on the walls, and then you continued down that hallway into a wider hallway that was lined by six alcoves, um, and each one of them, or at least four of those six alcoves, containing a large stone planter filled with muddy water that reeked like a dismal swamp. There were two scorch marks on the ground near the eastern door where you found a blade, a weirdly black blade, peeking out from underneath one of the rag piles, which you picked up. And just as you were about to continue on and out of this room, the lights that had been flickering and floating above these planters filled with swamp water um, immediately like winked out, and you realized something's up. So now I have these annoying creatures again. So with the invisibility still being an issue as it is, I'm going to turn them invisible, which I think should be fine. And now let's see who can see what. So yes, Lucca, you can sense them.
Mm-hmm.
Soma, you shouldn't be able to see them. Um,
I can,
I
well,
guess
I
we
can see
can.
the outline, yeah.
Yeah, you can, but you shouldn't. I guess we can make
Oh,
them
they were visible
hidden.
just a moment ago, so yeah, so
Yeah,
she
I
still
guess we can
detects
move
it.
them.
Maybe you can
What?
try to
What?
refresh the fog of war. Maybe that will remove them.
No, no. It's always a problem with this. So I'm just gonna make them hidden on top of invisible because I guess they haven't moved yet, so that should be okay. I wonder if it's taking that into account that they haven't moved yet. And okay, so let's go into initiative. I'm just gonna roll for all of us. Adding everyone to the encounter. We're all here. I think we'll roll for everyone. And Augrael, you are actually going to kick us off.
All right.
Oh,
But I don't see them yet. Is that right?
that's right. So you just notice like all the lights winked out, and you're suspecting something's up. You technically you don't know yet that there's with will-o-wisps, but I guess you might have a hunch.
Would it make sense to do? Can I do a recall knowledge on will-o-wisps if I don't know that they're there yet?
Yeah, why not? So
Okay.
occultism,
Yeah, I'm
or if you
just
have
trying to
inspiration.
get my occultism.
All right, let's see. Scrolling down here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe they are will-o-wisps. Definitely would make sense. They're naturally invisible and only but really visible because they have this glow about them, but they can extinguish the glow at will.
Okay.
So maybe that's what just happened.
All right. With my two second actions, already a strike if anything pops up in range.
Okay. Uh, all right. So you are right there. Okay. All right. Okay. So first will-o-wisp's turn. What is it going to do? It is going to blast using its shock ability. So we're going to go blast. Oh, I'm
What?
privately rolling. Shouldn't be privately rolling. And it is shocking Lucca for 11 points of damage.
Rude. That should break its invisibility,
That,
right?
that is, yeah, let me see again how it exactly worked because they're so weird about that. If it uses its shock attack while invisible, the arc of electricity lets any observer determine its location, making the will-o-wisp only hidden to all observers until it moves. So right now it is hidden. It'll follow up with another shock, bzzzt, another hit, and 13 points of damage. And then
I am now resistant. I now gain my ancestral skeletal resistances, so I'm now resisting the
Ooh.
electricity a little bit.
Excellent. So now it is moving, which makes it undetected, so it should disappear from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't disappear from Lucca's side, but it
Shouldn't
does.
disappear for me, but it is. It's gone.
Yeah, it's just annoying that it doesn't really take that into
Yeah.
account. Okay, we'll have to live with that. All right, that was that will-o-wisp's 3 turns. Now there's another one, that one down here, which is also going to try to shock Lucca. Ooh,
What's the
that
big
looks
idea?
bad.
I'm going to
Third.
collapse on that.
Okay. Should also hand out the hero points. Here we go. All right, you collapse, so you only take the regular damage, which is 15 then.
Okay.
Or yeah, let's take just half, makes it easier. And followed up by a second shock, another hit for 20 points.
Wow.
And then,
Oof.
and then it moves and becomes hence becomes undetected. I wonder how you can determine that something has moved out of the square, but you can't, you still don't detect it. It's just weird. Anyway,
Well, you might still think it's there, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess maybe that is what I should do, but it's already annoying enough. Okay, so then we have the third will-o-wisp, which is going to try to shock Souma. Missing, and then moving and becoming undetected. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Ow. Well, Lucca is going to get back up, reforming as he does as his first action. His second action is going to be drawing out the Whispering Reeds. And then I was just reading this. I think this should work. I don't know why I've never used this on the wisps effectively before, but I am going to read a tale from the Whispering Reeds, which parallels this situation. I don't know what that could possibly be, but it probably involves lightning damage. And I am going to place a 20-foot emanation down. I assume I can sense where they are. They're just hidden to me, right?
Yes, you can sense where they are. Yep, they're just hidden to you. Correct.
If I smack it down right in the middle of the room, do I think that will get them all?
Sorry, I was checking on something. What was that? You want to?
I just want to put it down somewhere that I think will get all of them.
Yeah, currently this would get all of them. Yeah.
Okay. And as I do so, clusters of 7 perfectly spaced divots manifest in the ground. Vegetation and flesh of creatures in the emanation other than myself and up to 3 creatures I designate. And creatures afflicted with these divots suffer from agonizing mental anguish. And they need to make this basic will save. It's not a spell, so I think they're affected.
It's not a spell.
It's not a spell. It's
Okay.
just an effect from the book.
Okay. Sure about that? That doesn't make it.
I don't use the cast a spell action. It's not referencing a spell.
Okay.
This item is so crazy.
It's mental damage as well, so I think it should be perfectly capable of affecting them.
Okay, so that's will saves, you said.
Yeah.
Let's start with this one. Oh, that's a crit fail. And then this one succeeds. And this one crit succeeds. And the last one succeeds. Okay, we have a crit fail. crit success and 2 regular successes.
So that is
Oh,
46 mental damage. I guess I'll roll that. 16 points of mental damage. Basic
So that's
save.
double for the first one. Half for this one, none for this one, and half for this one. Okay. Not bad. I assume that was 2 actions?
That is all 3 of my actions because I had to draw the book.
All right.
And it's just 1 to cast it. Let me double check here. The mists fade away at the end of the round, but any creature that takes mental damage from the effect also suffers a -1 penalty to saving throws against effects with the emotion trait, in case that happens. And I've used this ability a couple times in the past, but I've missed the last sentence of it. I'm exposed to the empty death each time I use this ability, so I need to do a will save myself.
Yes.
Which I fail on by 1. I become stupefied 2 for 24 hours. And I'm filled with paranoia that something
Stupefied bad.
is watching me. It's not great if you're a spellcaster.
Yep. Okay.
If you die while affected by the empty death, you immediately become a chaotic evil ghost. All right, well, I don't think that's a concern. But yeah.
We'll see about that.
Every 7 days that pass after you become a ghost. Okay, that's a whole other thing. So I'm just stupefied 2 for now.
Okay.
And I'll get rid of this because that's my turn.
Messing with powers you don't fully understand. Soma.
Yes. Well, it's time to start the music. So let's go. I'm going to declare right away the lingering performance, so I would be able to do something in the next rounds. And I think I will go with inspire courage, so we could kill those things faster.
I like it.
Courageous Anthem.
Yes.
All right.
That was. Well, yeah, right.
Lingering, right? Is that
That's
enough?
What? That's no. I think that's a failure. My DC, my bar DC is 25.
Okay. So it's just one round then.
One round and I don't waste my focus point, thankfully. I'll try it again next time. So anyway, that was one action. With second action, I think I will put some more health into Lucca, so he doesn't have to become a ghost too soon. It's a soothe from a second cast level.
All right. By the way, your DC for this is 26, because it's a standard difficulty of level equal to the highest level target of your composition. So that would be level 9, and apparently the normal difficulty is 26 for level 9.
What are you doing? Trying to heal me? Likely story.
Well, yeah, it's all gonna be fine, man. Just steal your spirit, so it doesn't escape you too soon. And that would be it.
Right. Okay, and then another wisp tries to shock Soma. This one does 15 points of damage, and then another 15 points on top of that as it shocks you twice. It disappears. I guess you can kind of see that whatever you thought you saw is no longer there. I guess that does kind of make sense. All right, and then it's Ottardo's turn. So now he also gets his reaction at the top of his round. So from now on, I gotta pay attention. And he is going to use his. I think he has this advance thing, defensive advance, which he likes to use. With the protection of your shield, you dive into battle. You raise your shield and stride. If you end your movement within melee reach of at least one enemy, you can make a melee strike against that enemy. Oh, but he doesn't see any of them, and I don't think they've been pointed out because Lucca has spent his actions on the thing. Okay, yeah, well then, I think what he's going to do is he's going to delay until after Lucca had a chance to point out where they are. So he's just going to say, Lucca, where are they? I don't see anything.
Ha! I always knew he was waiting for my orders.
Augrael, your turn.
Okay. Man, what are I doing? So they're all invisible. I don't have any idea where they're located at, right?
Yeah, you don't see any of them.
I guess I'll delay. Hoping.
All right.
I
That's
don't
all
know.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You better hope I stay conscious long enough to point them
I
out.
know.
So we go here, and one of the wisps that's over here is going to try to shock. Did it come through? No. Gonna try to shock Lucca and causes 15 points of damage. Tries to shock again, but misses, and then and then you no longer can detect it. Another one of the wisps' turns is gonna try to shock Soma, missing twice, and then moving, so you no longer can detect it. And the third one going to try to shock Ottardo. Once, twice, missing twice, and then moving, so you no longer can detect it. And it's Lucca's turn.
Lucca is going to throw down one of the the only spell he has that affects them. I'm assuming that since I can see at least what squares they're in, I can target as many as possible with my 10-foot radius.
What are you trying to cast?
Revealing light.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yes, so you would put that 10-foot burst. Is it still on intersections?
I mean, I would assume so.
Yeah, so then you can actually get all of them. So they have to do reflex saves. Okay. Oh,
And
actually,
hang on. Before you do that, I need to go against the stupefied condition to cast the
ooh.
spell. Okay, I succeed. All right.
Okay, so they all have to roll their reflex saves. So first one succeeds, second one succeeds. Wait, why does the will-o-wisp have? Oh, it doesn't matter right now.
I have stupefied.
Okay, the third one fails, and the fourth one succeeds. On a success, the light affects the creature for 2 rounds. On a failure, it's for 1 minute. Okay, great. So if the creature was invisible, it becomes concealed instead. So this one is, oh yeah, they're all concealed right now, and some of them only for 2 rounds. Can I actually make that part of their?
You should be able to edit.
No,
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how
no,
that works.
unfortunately can't. So they are just concealed, not undetected. And I'm just gonna have to remember that 2 of them are going to only be concealed for 2 rounds. Okay, so everybody should be able to see their concealed outline, and you have 1 action left.
Yes, I will use that last action to probably get the heck away from being in the front here. All right, have at 'em. Thank you for waiting patiently for my commands. Wait, no, I don't thank you. The time has come. Strike.
And
Yeah,
Ottardo.
Augrael will go if.
Okay.
Can.
Yeah, sure.
He is going to. Ride here, analyze weakness, and then swing.
Okay, let's see it.
Come on, Augrael, please hit.
Let's see that flat check.
Oh, yep. Do that first. So I'll get all sad.
Nice.
Oh.
Good roll to get out.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
That's a hit. Roll that damage.
Yep. Hold on. Let me get my. This is gonna be Nice. Some nice damage, hopefully. Not.
So this is now correct, though, right? The sneak attack plus 2d6 and analyze weakness 2d6. That actually is correct, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
because analyze weakness is because I did the recall knowledge, and then sneak
Right.
attack is from the recall knowledge as well.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So yeah. So the revealing light gives you just enough to be able to tell that there's something, and you drive the middle class bastard into the spongy texture of whatever these creatures are made of. Next action.
That was all because I analyzed weakness.
Oh, that was one action, two action, and stepping, I guess, as a third. Okay, so then Ottardo comes up and moves over here. So I have everyone in his range. And then, because I think he can attack at 5 just as well as at 10. Gonna try to take this one out because he likes me and wants me to not have to keep track of it. And he hits. And does 11 points of damage.
Flat check.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Ah.
And that. Well, he still has another action, so he's gonna. I guess that was his defensive advance, and now we'll do the regular attack and flat check. This one goes through.
Okay.
And it even does a little more damage. So, all right. Let me see if I need to do anything about putting his shield up or whatever.
Yeah, I think you need to click something for that.
What's that?
Yeah, I think there's an action for that.
You would think that there's a raise shield action. Here we go. There it is. Raise a shield. Boom. Okay. That was his turn. Souma.
Well, like last time, let's try to make a lingering, courageous anthem / inspire. I need to put my focus point back and before I use it. And now I cast it. There we go. That will work.
That looks good. So that's how many rounds?
That's for 3 rounds.
3 rounds. Excellent.
And then she will drop her instrument, draw her sword, and try to whack this guy.
Okay. Flat check. Oops. I rolled for you, but there you go.
It's okay.
You got it.
And I think I hit.
That is a hit, indeed. 10 points of damage. Okay. And then you pick up?
No, I just dropped it by accident. It doesn't count.
Okay. And you have a third action, right?
No, that's it. I use inspire, then I draw the sword, and then I hit.
Oh, you drew. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I had the instrument in hand.
The wisps, gonna act. Which one first? Okay, so this one over here, it's just gonna try to target Ottardo and try to shock him. Striking once missing, striking twice missing. And I guess they're aware that they're revealed, so there's no real point in moving, so it's just gonna try again. And fails. And, oh, so now all of them go in a row, that's nice. So we go once. All are just gonna pile onto Ottardo, because he has this juicy metal armor, and they feel like that must be nice to shock, but that also makes him really hard to hit. And if they keep trying... This is ridiculous. Look at that. Oh my god. Cursed. Cursed creatures. Yeah, Ottardo definitely is grounded for sure. Alright, Lucca.
Lucca is just going to use an action to switch, to swap the Whispering Reeds for a Wand of Harm. And then he's going to do the 2-action casting on himself. That'll be his turn.
Self-harm. And
So far.
Augrael.
All right. Augrael's gonna swing on this thing again. I think I can analyze weakness again, right? Just double check that I can do it twice in a row like that. Yeah. Okay. Swing on him.
Okay, so you strike. Can roll your damage. Ooh, that's 30 points of damage, and that is enough to kill that will-o-wisp. Action 2?
Yeah, I will ride past it. And I can't analyze weakness on this one, but I will swing on this one. It's not gonna be as much damage if I manage to hit. Yeah, okay.
That's oh, right, you actually needed to roll that
Oh, on the first one, yeah.
flat check, so let's see that. Where is it? Hold on. Here it is.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay, just very nice. Okay, Ottardo's turn. Stepping. Well, does he need to step? Yeah, I guess it's better to push the attack here. So he steps forward. He thinks that Souma can probably clean up the one that's near death, and instead targets the one right in front of him with a single strike. That's a miss. Oof. What's his shield situation with the defensive advance is 2 actions? Okay. Then what's the benefit of it? I mean, you're any movement within. Oh, because you get to move and strike and raise. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's then what we do here. The defensive advance was his first 2 actions, and then he'll follow up with a third action, which is just his second attack. But that's a miss. And then it's Soma's turn. Oh, but he does have his shield raised, so I should give him the raised shield. There you go. There you go.
All right,
Soma.
let's try to do just that. So we will strike. Okay. Well, let's keep going then. Never mind.
Ooh. That was 2 actions.
Yeah, let's keep going then.
That's better.
So that counts as map penalty, right? So
That's a good question. I think you still take the map. Yeah.
You still made the attacks.
Yeah, I still swung.
Right. Yeah.
You just miss completely because of the flat check.
All right, that's a miss. Okay, Will-o-Wisp's turn once again. They're smart enough to know that Ottardo is grounded. So who's next? Well, Augrael is there. So let's try that one. And it's actually going to move away a little from Ottardo. Action 1. And then try to shock. Which is a 27, causing 12 points of damage. And followed up by another shock, which misses. And then the next one. Oh, wait. So,
They should go dark now.
What's that?
It's been 2 rounds on the
On your turn.
light. Oh, on my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ottardo takes his reaction now, and An enemy damages your ally and both are in your champion's aura, which is the case, I believe. You protect your ally and strike your enemy. An ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. So you 11 points of damage go are resisted, so only 1 point of damage goes through for Augrael. And the enemy is within reach for him, so it can make a melee strike. You can use a ranged weapon to make a ranged strike instead of a melee strike. The enemy needs to be in range. You can also make melee strike against enemy if the enemy that triggered your action is outside your reach but within 5 feet. Okay, so I'm just gonna make the strike for Ottardo yet now. I guess that is still a flat check. Oh, too bad. Okay, and then it is the near death will-o-wisp down here, which is just going to try and take Souma with it once. Ooh, that's a hit. 16 points. Second, crit miss, third miss. And it's Lucca's turn.
All right. So now the revealing light wears off.
Yes.
If any of them move, they will become invisible
well, not
again.
for all of them. Only 2 of them succeeded. So the one that Augrael killed succeeded, and the one that's down here, so that's only hidden right now. The other ones are still revealed.
Well, I'm gonna do my best to extend it anyway. So,
Okay.
first action is gonna be a little wand swap. I will put back the wand of heal. Or sorry, wand of harm, I should say. And I will instead draw the wand of magic missile level 2. It's my first action. Second action is going to be another revealing light, which I think can once again hit all of them. But I have to get through the stupefied condition first. So let me cast it. I think this has probably been the single most useful spell on my entire list. Oh, but I fail! Lucca is too preoccupied, apparently, with from the tales from the Whispering Reeds. And too suspicious of everyone and everything to focus on casting the spell. So that's all 3 actions and a wasted spell slot.
All right, Augrael.
Okay. Okay. So my recall knowledge don't get sneak attack any longer, and I can't really flank. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to do regular old stuff to this thing.
Why can't you flank?
How can I flank?
Well, if you were here, Ottardo has 10.
Oh, I forgot.
He's
Ottardo
still
has 10 feet
threatening
reach.
him.
So yeah, I will stride stride over there. Thank you for helping me with my rogue stuff. And I will swing at this creature. Wait, no, I strode. Yeah, so I'll stride, then I'll analyze weakness, and then I'll strike.
Okay, let's see the flat check after you analyze the weakness.
Yeah. Oh, come on, come on.
Nice. And attack.
No.
But it doesn't.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Wait. I don't think it considered flanking. For whatever reason.
Off guard. Does he have to be adjacent for?
No, it does. It did. It is off guard flanked. I see it in my.
Okay. I'm gonna use a hero point to reroll that.
Okay. That was
There
worth
you
it.
Go.
Very close.
Yeah.
All right.
But thanks to the off guard, that's what made the difference here. Ooh, what was that? Oh, that little animation there. Cool.
Yeah.
So your strike hits an off guard creature and deals damage, and the target becomes enfeebled 1.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's my debilitating strike. I wonder why it didn't. Oh, because it didn't consider off guard because I was using the mastermind racket thing. Okay,
Oh.
I'll have to remember to tell you that.
The Will-O-Wisp is now physically weakened, and people don't. Your field, you take a status penalty equal to the condition value strength-based rolls and DCs, including strength-based. Okay, probably not going to affect it
Not
much.
yeah.
Still a cool ability. All right, Ottardo's turn. He gets his reaction back. He sees that Soma is having trouble with the Will-O-Wisp. I think he would try to mop it up then. While it's still hidden, he tries the flat check, fails. He tries to do it again.
Oh
fails,
no.
and raises his shield as he gets ready to get shocked again. Effect raise the shield. There we go. And then it's Soma's turn.
Well, I suppose someone will have to just yell like, "Don't worry about me, Ottardo. Just get them. I'll hold this one." And
Are
well,
you sure?
yeah. Well, let's see if she's sure. Is will her flat check will be 11 as well?
Yes, it should be because it's still hidden. You can take that same prompt. Fail.
There we go.
There,
At least
there
one.
you go.
So it's going to be second hit.
Yep.
Second strike.
Come on.
And misses.
And the third one. Well, if only that was on a hit.
Hit
Alright.
it. Hit it. No.
Oh.
no.
Okay. All right, Will-O-Wisp's turn. Which one is it first? This one. Still revealed. So it's just gonna try to shock Augrael. Strike, miss, strike, miss, strike, miss.
Nice.
The other one is the one that's being debilitated. There's really no point for it to move, so I think it'll also just try the full attack here. Strike, strike. Oh, one goes through here.
All right.
That is 14 points of damage. What's Ottardo's aura range right now? Does
Yeah,
anyone
he
know?
reaches. It's
He
up to
is- yeah,
15
he-
feet.
Up to 15. Okay, so then he is within the range. So you only take 3 points of that because you get
Okay.
the 11 points from Ottardo's protection, and then he swings at the Will-O-Wisp. Oh,
There we
wait.
go.
He has to do his concealment check. Oh, come
Oh.
on. I'm going to use his hero point.
Okay.
On the concealment.
On the
There you go.
concealment. There we go. I mean, that's at least a good deal, I think. You have a pretty good
absolutely.
chance of making that one. And we have 19 points of damage.
Good hit. Good hit. Maximum damage.
And he takes it out. So
Oh, very nice.
that was that one. And then we have the one down here that just tenaciously lingers on, and it strikes Soma once for 11. Misses and misses. And then it is Lucca's turn.
Lucca. Oh
And
man.
Lucca, you're stupefied, and you start hearing these whispers in the air, and there's this like very faint wailing sound just at the edge of your hearing, where you're not sure if you're hearing it or if it's just in your head, and you feel like something is coming closer.
He kind of lets out a grunt as he focuses on this creature. And he is going to try to cast a level 2 magic missile on it, all 3 actions. Activations, there we go. We'll make the flat check first. Okay, he succeeds. So he's going to send 4, I guess. Total of 14 points of damage go to this near-death one.
Okay. And it...
Oh, you know what? I did not. I rolled my stupefy, but I didn't roll the
concealment.
mischance.
Oh yeah.
Okay. To you, it's just.
It's. I think it's still the same. It's still.
Oh, right, because you sense it's it hasn't moved, right?
Okay, so I succeed. So I do hit it.
No, for hidden it's 11.
Isn't it the same that it? No, because I have life sense or spirit sense, so it's just the minimal, whatever concealed to me. I think.
No, I thought it was just hidden for you, spirit.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
And I think you have to search for it, even if you can check if I know. Imprecise sense.
Soul sight. That's what it's called.
So we know it gives you an imprecise.
Has the hidden condition.
Yeah, you can usually sense a creature automatically with an imprecise sense, but it has the hidden instead of the observed. Yeah. So that the left
hidden's a 50%. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll hero point that too.
All right. 50-50 chance.
Well, it won't let me spend the hero. The old.
No, you already spent one
today.
Yeah. Just earlier. I'm pretty sure you did.
I didn't.
On the revealing light. Yeah. No, not revealing light. That doesn't require.
No. I failed the revealing light. I didn't roll again on it.
Oh, you're right. You still
Augrael rolled one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I rolled one.
Okay, sorry. Yep, that's right. Okay, came through, and
it's
then
through. He's dead. It's dead.
It takes the damage and dies.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. You still have one action left, I believe.
Lucca's like, you won't get me. No, that was 3 actions that I spent on the spell.
Oh, because it's you're right, the improved version. Okay, that was that, and now it's Augrael.
Okay, so standing here wouldn't be flanking, or would be flanking?
It would not, but you could just wait until Ottardo had a chance to move.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll delay.
Okay. So Ottardo, following Augrael's gesture, moves into position and strikes, hitting for...
So is it a 50% chance for everyone now?
No, concealed is 5. Because this one is still revealed.
Oh.
Not revealed, it's affected by the revealing light. So.
Oh, okay, I see, I got you.
Alright, so that was 1 action, 2 actions to move, raise shield, and strike, and then the second strike is a miss. And now it is Augrael.
Yeah, Augrael will go. He'll step, and then swing on this thing.
Finish it.
Let's do it.
Oh.
He'll swing one more time because I didn't analyze weakness.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay.
Mischance.
Oh,
yep.
Mischance.
Let me do that first. Thank you. Okay, so it's just sneak attack, no analyze weakness. Let me turn that
I've seen
off.
that train a bunch of times, but on like initiative and mischance.
Yeah, I really have.
All right, 20 points, and you make it enfeebled 1. That poor will-o-wisp is taking it. Augrael.
Okay.
That's sorry,
yeah.
Souma.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, Inspire now got away as well, but let's hope that Souma can still kill this one as well. So she will dart forward, making a flourish with the enchanted blade, and try to stab into the empty space between Augrael and Sir Ottardo. And the
Okay, well, we
mischance?
first need... Yeah, exactly. Here it is. That's Augrael. Augrael's fault.
No.
Well, apparently you did. Let's do this again.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, but it's still a mischance.
Roll that.
Okay.
There you go.
There you
roll,
go.
roll all the 20s.
All right, critical damage. Truly cooperative.
Huge.
And that will-o-wisp goes down. Okay. So, first of all, 60 XP for everyone. But then something happens.
No.
Oh, indeed. All of a sudden, everything goes quiet. At first, you don't notice, but then you realize like there was this, dripping sounds in the background, sounds from far away, all of them fading out. Except Lucca, you still hear that like very far away wail. And then there's this gust of cold air that blows into the chamber from that moldy hallway. And then you see something slowly taking shape in the hallway. Like a blue, faint form. At first, it's just a shapeless, amorphous blob. And then you can slowly see like something that looks like a head pop out of the fog. And then an arm, and another arm, and then long flowing hair, and an elaborate dress. And you can't believe what it is that you're seeing as you're staring at Belcora herself.
Oh, we're fucked.
She manifests her face like a mask of anger. She stares into the chamber and lets out a frustrated wail. And casts a spell.
We're so screwed.
And you may all roll that will save. Oh,
Augrael! Augrael, what have you done? No!
Okay. Let's see, Ottardo. Is this gonna be the end? Oh!
Everybody fails.
No. And everybody's used up their hero points, I think.
I didn't.
Okay, let's see.
If it's very important, I can try to use hero point on this. Although I'm not sure it will. I'm not sure it will do much.
Oh, decide now. If you have a hero point, decide now if you want to use it.
Yes, I will use it. I rolled a 9 at my.
This is the time. This is a lot of damage. On a critical failure, must succeed a reflex save. Oh no. Oh shit.
Well, that might
so
be.
bad. All right. So she lets out that wail, and it shakes the walls of the room. The entire walls seem to vibrate, and you see like crumbling walls coming down. The ceiling seems to be crashing down. We're rolling that damage. It is 41 points of damage for the regular failures. It is 82 for Augrael and Lucca.
Oh my god. I have to do a dex save, is that right?
No.
Am I dying too because it was a crit fail? Is that how that works?
That's correct. That is how it works. So Ottardo, did they take the damage? No, not yet. Ottardo takes the 41 points. On a critical failure, the creature must also succeed at a reflex save or believe it's trapped. Yes. So now roll a reflex save.
Okay. Where's reflex save? There we go. Okay, I'm pretty good at this, hopefully.
That's a failure.
I don't have to make that save because I'm dying.
Oh, okay. Well, lucky you. So, Augrael, you're stunned. You're like, you see these chunks of the ceiling bury you. You feel like you're just, completely stuck. You will die here at the bottom of the vaults, forever buried by rubble. And then those of you who might still be able to observe Belcora see her like fade away. And the sounds from far away, from beyond the walls, return. The dripping, the weird sounds that you encounter in a dungeon that are just always kind of in the background. Everything normalizes. Augrael is screaming and pounding and trying to push invisible rocks off of his body. He just seems to be, he's kind of like miming being stuck, but there is no rubble. Ottardo, Souma, you also, after you take that incredible amount of mental damage, you realize that it was. Oh, I guess Souma is unconscious, so it's only Ottardo looking around.
Yes, that was exactly the amount of that was exactly amount of hellfire was left. So, you just narrated this thing for Ottardo.
Yeah, Ottardo looks around. Two of his friends unconscious. Lucca just a pile of bones in the corner. Souma knocked out, and Augrael like struggling with some invisible obstacle, and he just springs into action. Being only injured himself. All right, so how do we start? Well, that was close.
Can't he lay on hands?
Yes,
Souma?
I'm just trying to figure out. So, Augrael, you're stunned for 1 minute. Okay, so it's not too long. So let's start by healing the healer, I guess. This makes the most sense. Where do we have his lay on hands? Would that be a spell? Most likely, huh? There it is. Okay, so he casts lay on hands on Souma. Has become infused. If you use lands on a willing living target, you restore hit points. And it's heightened. Okay, so that is 30 points of healing for Souma.
Nice.
And he says, Souma, get up. We gotta get out of here. And then he rushes over. Well, I don't think he has anything to help Lucca.
No, he can't heal me.
Souma's badly injured. How many times can he do this?
Well, he needs to refocus for 10 minutes, I believe.
Right, yeah, he can't keep doing it. He has to rest.
So that was the only one thing that he can do. Okay.
Unless he's got 2 focus points.
I don't see any focus points on his sheet here. Where are they listed?
In spells at the bottom.
Oh, I see. So it's just this sort of checkbox thing.
Yeah, those little ticks.
Yeah, and I accidentally ticked it, but he was out of focus points. Okay, and then he just runs over to Augrael and like, Augrael, it's okay. It was just in your mind. You're okay. And he like talks him down, and Augrael, after a minute or so, you lose the stunned condition. And you realize that, yeah, indeed, it was just a vision of being buried.
Holy shit, that was bad.
So yeah,
I am dying, so I need to make some sort of save or something.
Okay. Oh, right, you're actually dying.
Yeah.
So definitely one round where you need to make your save, and then
yeah, I can try to maybe make a first aid check.
Well, wait, because you were also unconscious, so there's definitely one round where Lucca has to
Yes.
unaided, and then you can come and help.
Okay, so what is that again? It's just a D20 roll? Oh, I've got it on the sheet. I failed.
Okay, so you move to dying 3.
Okay.
And then Souma rushes over, trying to help.
Yeah. Oh no, it's. I was thinking to use my new talisman to, but activating it costs 2 actions, so it would be much easier to actually, to battle medicine as him back to health.
You can't fail these anymore, right?
Right?
Well, I mean, I can try to against normal DCs instead of DC 20.
You kidding me?
You jinxed it.
Oh god, critical failure, so you deal...
1 point of damage.
But what does that mean when he's already dying?
It means I gain another point of dying, don't I? When you take damage while you're dying?
Let's see, because that would off you.
Are you kidding me?
No!
Dying, you're bleeding. If you lose the dying condition, no. If you take damage while dying, your dying
Yes.
condition
Oh
increases by
my God.
1. So, Soma, you kill him. So that's 30 XP for Soma, and
Are
Lucca
you
dies.
serious?
I mean, do you have a hero point left to reroll that?
No, I
don't
used
think
it!
so. You just used it to save yourself. So I guess it's like, it's shaking hands, Soma, you know, kind of like with that experience that of standing right in front of the powerful sorcerer's ghost. You're not all there, and you go in and I don't know what it is you're doing.
Can I say?
Yeah, yeah.
Because this was mental damage, right? Mostly. I mean, that's what took him out in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, Soma, I just imagine you've repaired like many. You've helped replace and repair bones, like done little splints and taken out bad ones that have been cracked and splintered and put new ones in. But this time you see something that you've never seen before, which is that Lucca's skull is actually got like hairline fractures running all through it.
Oh my
And
God.
I imagine that like the second you go to touch it, all you have to do is like lay a single finger on it and it just crumbles to pieces.
And what does he see when the skull cracks open and he can
Yeah.
see the inside?
Yeah, inside of the skull, you see that the interior of the cranium has been inscribed with countless little diabolic runes all over it. But now, of course, their magic has been shattered, and so Lucca's not getting up again. Except I guess he turns into a ghost because of the empty death.
I see. It seems it was karma then, right?
This is perfect. This is so good.
Oh my God.
So if you die, you immediately become a chaotic evil ghost.
Oh my God.
Every 7 days that pass after you become a ghost, you must succeed at a DC 2 flat check. Failure indicates that you're consumed by Nimbleoth. A creature whose ghost is consumed in this way does not travel to the River of Souls. Is utterly... Okay, so immediately when you die, you turn into a chaotic evil ghost. So I guess then what's gonna happen is, as he dies, from his remains rises a ghost. Let me see if I can find a ghost creature here real quick.
Oh my God. This is
Technically a template, I guess. That's a ghost pirate captain. That's not really helpful.
Is it his original, like I'm imagining it's the ghost not of Lucca the skeleton man that you've come to know, but his original living form.
Oh, that's a good question. I was about to ask that as well.
Lucca's original form, you mean?
Yeah, because Lucca's already been raised once, so I don't think the skeleton comes back as a ghost. It's the original man.
So I'm gonna put this here. Put
Guys,
Lucca
is this an illusion too? What the fuck?
So from Lucca's remains rises this ghostly shape as the skull crumbles, the diabolic runes like burn away into ash. There's this ectoplasmic matter that starts to ooze from the bones and coalesce into a shape that then rises, and I guess you might be thinking like, oh, okay, this is good. This is good. Lucca is not all the way gone. It's just something's happening here. But it quickly becomes clear as the creature or this apparition fully takes shape that it is not friendly. All right, let me get this into a. I did not expect to do this, but here you go. This is an NPC, but what's the opposition? Should be opposition. Where can I set opposition? Okay, it is opposition. So this is evil, yes. All right, I'll roll initiative. And okay, appropriately it starts the turn. That makes sense. Soma, you were the one tending to Lucca, so it makes sense that it would target you. And it starts by just letting out a frightful moan, um, full of pain and frustration. And everyone here who's still alive needs to roll that will save.
Oh god.
Ottardo fails. Augrael succeeds, and Soma crit succeeds because her plan is working out well for her. But Ottardo becomes frightened, which I guess makes sense because she sees the group falling apart under, the leader's gone.
Oh my god.
I imagine. Can I say? I imagine the spirit kind of moans out. Finally, I am free again.
Yeah. How about I just hand him over to you?
I can't see anything right now, so I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
but now once you're an owner, now you should be able to. I think you should be able to use it just like a regular character, even though it's an NPC sheet. Okay, and I'm gonna say it takes an action out of its budget to like fully form, and then it used 2 action for the whale. And Ottardo is horrified at what he's seeing here, and he's like, "No, no, ah, grab his bones. We gotta get out of here." And he takes a step forward, reaches for Lucca's bones, as many as he can, and that was action 2. And then action 3, he moves to how far? He can probably only go so far in a turn. Where's the speed on this sheet? There it is, 20 feet. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he makes his way over to the door. Augrael.
Yeah, Augrael's not gonna wait. He's gonna run as well. He'll use all of his actions to just stride all the way out.
Okay.
He can basically get all the
Soma.
way up. Yeah.
Yeah, Soma, well, she obviously like is completely stunned. Well, not in game mechanical sense, but in emotional sense by what she just did. But with with Ottardo's urging, she will try to shake herself up and like, yes, I'm grabbing him, and she will try to scoop up whatever she can, whatever is within her. I actually had Lucca in my inventory for quite a while now, specifically for this kind of things, and and then she will try to run away as well.
Okay. All right. The freshly manifested ghost, probably still a little disoriented. What's it gonna do?
I still don't see anything from it. It probably doesn't have vision or something, but
oh, it's because the actor data isn't linked. How about that?
I can see that it's there, but everything is grayed out. Again, I don't think it has actual vision. Or I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Or is it still because you have vision with Lucca, maybe?
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe. Oh, Oh, well, okay, that did it. Yeah. This thing, I mean, it's probably, what do ghosts do? It already did its frightful moan, right?
Yeah, it did its frightful moan.
Um, it's going to probably take an action coming after Ottardo. And I imagine it'll try to strike at him. It's it's it swipes at him, and or actually maybe telekinetic assault. That
I
sounds
think,
good.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So it'll kind of linger in the back here then, and it'll do the telekinetic assault. 30-foot emanation. Whatever debris is around the room, probably including whatever's left of Lucca's remains, whatever's left of the wisps, will go flying in every direction. And potentially hit Ottardo, so he'll need to make this. Oh, I'm rolling it, not there. There we go. He'll need to make a reflex save as he gets pummeled by debris that's starting to swirl around this strange ghost.
And of course, he fails.
Oh no.
So he'll take just 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it like clanking against his armor and the like. And I guess the ghost will once again say it'll kind of drift forward a little bit as this is happening, and it'll call out saying,
Lucca rises again. The vaults will finally be mine.
All right. I had to change the token, so I have to make that go in the initiative again. And then it's Otardo's turn, and he moves 1, 2, 3, 4. So just like, what is this thing talking about? And holding on to as many bones as he can. 1, 2, 3, 4, up the stairs, and as far as he can. Augrael. I assume you keep running up the stairs.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so will Souma. And then the ghost. I guess at this point, because the ghost is bound to the place where it was killed with a certain radius. So maybe as you keep running up the stairs and there's debris flying after you, that the ghost telekinetically hurls after you, and you just hear the cackling laughter that sounds nothing like your friend Lucca, echoing through the hallways of the abomination vaults as a horrifying delve comes to an unexpected end. Okay, let's take it step by step here. So you run up and as far as fast as you can. You try to get as much distance as you can between you and this level. And then just outside the vaults, I would assume that you catch your breath and regroup a little bit. Any healing you can do?
Well, yeah.
soothing music plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Also, I should say 30 XP for the encounter with Belcora.
Oh man.
So how much XP is that Lucca has?
Can we resurrect you with your bones?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I think I'm going to ask the.
I believe how the lore works is that when there's a ghost, that's technically your soul that is still bound.
Okay.
So you would have to lay down the ghost before being able to resurrect Lucca. But wait for it. There's more. Just wanted to give you a quick breather here outside of Gauntlight Keep. So you can do some healing.
Yeah, Augrael doesn't really have any ways to self-heal.
Yeah, well, Ottardo, I guess, can take the 10-minute break to then lay on hands again on Augrael. No, not on Augrael, because that would
No.
not be good. But on Soma.
Augrael will have to trust Soma again, although even if it might be hard.
So that's 30 for Soma. Does Augrael let Soma anywhere near his
I don't
body?
think Augrael realizes that Soma killed him. I think
Mm.
he just thinks that she was too late, like, or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Really sad.
So yeah, I don't think he noticed. So he's like,
I
yeah,
can't
help me,
believe
please.
you rolled a natural one to heal me.
Perfect.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah,
I
so
should
good
have
that-
casted Sooth again, I swear. I had the spell slots.
All right,
It was
so
in his
then
own moment.
we have someone needs to roll a skill check, I assume, to heal
Yes.
Augrael.
Don't roll a 1.
Well, I mean, you will survive the one, I suppose, at least now. So.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't have risky surgery like Melkis did, so.
Melkus.
Yeah, see the stability. I can point on a token on this map. Sorry.
But yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, got it.
All right. So you heal up just enough to feel like you can take the trip back to Atari. Ottardo gathers what little remains of Lucca he was able to snatch from underneath the manifested ghost creature, thinking out loud, like, what was that? Why? Who's Lucanor? Do you think that was his old? No, it
I think
can't
maybe
be.
this.
Well,
I think this is who he was before. Maybe.
maybe I mean like it came from his bones. I mean, so the bones had meat on them at some point, but like, I mean maybe well, not all of his bones are his own anymore. I mean he's half of the walls now. You know he's been patching himself with the skeletons from that place for God knows how long.
It's just and you can see that Ottardo has a really rough time taking this all in.
Yeah, listen, we need to talk with Vandy. I mean, maybe she will have some idea.
Yeah. So as you walk back to Atari, you make plans like that, and you're like, well, we can go back, we can get the rest of his remains, and maybe if we have everything, and you have this discussion, kind of like we just had, where it's like, but if this ghost really is his old soul, then don't we have to destroy it first before we can resurrect his soul? And you make your way into Atari or towards Atari, and then near the Stone Ring Pond, there's a rustle in the bushes in the undergrowth next to the road, and a group of druids steps out and onto the trail. A group of druids and also Rin, who stands a little bit in the back. But it's the druid of the Stone Ring Pond, Vorlewin, that is clearly taking the lead here, accompanied by two other druids you've seen before around the Stone Ring Pond, probably some of her apprentices, and also a strange dog-like humanoid that stands a little bit in the back. And you can see that Vorlewin is really uncomfortable as she steps forward, and she says, greetings, heroes of Otari. I know you are. I apologize, but well, we have reason to believe that your companion, Lucca, owes a debt to the druids of the Stone Ring Ponds. a severe debt. I can't get into the specifics because it's druid business. You'll understand how it goes, but I have to ask you to have him step forward and surrender himself into our custody.
Yeah, Soma at this point is too flabbergasted to to comprehend the events. So she will only look at Ottardo at this point.
Augrael does too. He just looks at Ottardo, looks back at the druid, and is like, it might be a little late.
Yeah, like, and as
Hmm?
someone will actually remember what he was. He made pact with them too. Like, what's Lucca been? What the hell has Lucca been doing?
What do you mean, late? Has he succeeded in his mission?
I suppose we just pile his bones in front of her.
Yeah.
And she looks at it. They're like,
I'm sure he will reform any day now.
What's that?
I'm sure he's going to reform any day now.
Augrael's like carefully organizing the bones in the best skeletal form he can, puzzle.
I'm not sure we got all his skull parts.
Yeah, a couple of pieces of his skull are there. I guess enough of his teeth to identify him. And Volvin steps forward, like picks up some of the pieces, turns them around, puts them back down. You see Rin kind of shocked as she, feels around the individual pieces, and she says, "I think that's really his. Those are really his remains, Volvin. I can still feel a lingering essence, even though the most of these bones never belonged to Lucca himself. But clearly, they were all part of Lucca." And Warlovin says, you can see that she's like getting a headache and she's rubbing her temple. She's like, well, it doesn't matter. Then we'll at least take his remains. And some of her apprentices go and like wrap what little bones there are into a blanket, and she's like, well, at least
goes to stop. Augrael goes to stop. He's like, wait, why do you get to take his remains?
Yeah, I mean, maybe Wendy can fix him.
Well, indeed, we should try to resurrect him so he can stand trial for what he did all
What
those
did he do?
long years ago. I can't tell you.
You
it's
have
true.
to. You have to if you want to take his remains.
Give me a diplomacy roll. Oh. Not bad. And there are no real druid secrets in this, so I guess she was just kind of making it a little more secretive than necessary. So she kind of like says, or I guess the two apprentices look to her, kind of like, do we need to force this? And she says, it's okay. I guess there's no reason to be too secretive about it. It's been centuries, I believe, at this point. So, well, this might seem a little odd, but long time ago, before my time here, before anyone really remembers, there was a cabal of druids living here. And Lucca called himself Luccanor at the time, came through these lands looking for something where today the Gauntlight keep stands. The druids who lived here at the time, they knew what he was looking for, and I am not in a position to share this with you. I cannot. But they were ready to put down their lives for it. And so Luccanor burnt the whole place down, killed all of them in cold blood. I maybe you've noticed that smell of brimstone and fire that would follow him around. I think that was Gosre's curse, keeping him a mark of shame on him for what he did. I should have put it together much sooner, a long time ago. But I just recently, with Rin's help, realized that that's what's going on. I guess now we can somewhat rest easy that he will not be able to succeed at his mission, and we will be able to have him stand trial for his misdeeds once we've summoned him from the dead. I hope you understand that we must take his remains with us now.
Yeah. Augrael's like thinking in his head, like, I want to defend my friend, but that actually sounds like something Lucca would do. Maybe. So he just sort of like puts the covers back over the bones and like gives it to them.
So, like, and Souma, like, hearing this, she, like, hears only one conclusion, like, wait, so you say you actually can fix him up to stand that trial, right?
Yes, his soul must be waiting for Rasma's judgment right now. But before we let her judge, he will stand our own judgment. We will make sure of that.
Yeah, and with a deep sorrowful sigh, someone will like say, "Very well."
And Ren steps forward and says, I know that Lucca was your friend, and the town owes him a great deal for doing all the great deeds that your group has been doing. But I can assure you that preventing Luccanor from completing his mission might be the biggest deed of all of them. It would have spelled not just the end for Atari, but maybe for the entire Starstone Isle, possibly beyond. So it's good that his quest has come to an end finally.
And at this point, like, tears will like, start welling in Soma's eyes, and she will just start crying.
The girl whispers to Ottardo, the ghost can't do anything, right? Like, we're good on that front?
And you see Ottardo must be like grinding his teeth at this because, you know, a lie by omission is still a lie. And he just like, he's clearly wrestling with the thought and finally goes like, guess we can't take that risk. And as the druids are turning to leave, he says, wait, wait. And Wallowin turns around with her giant eyebrows, like one of them raising up. She goes, what? And Ottardo looks at his friends and goes, there's something we need to tell you. What? And then Ottardo tells the story of like how from Lucca's remains that goes to Rose, and you can see Wallowin like, being shocked and exasperated. She goes, so Luccanor's true self has revealed itself again, and he is in the vaults right now as we speak, drawing closer and closer to his goal. That is. She looks around like for advice. Her apprentices can't help her, of course. Rin is like just as shocked as she is, and she finally turns towards the dog-faced humanoid that's just kind of been silently standing there, and she's like, what does that mean?
The dog-faced humanoid, his snout will split into a broad grin as he says,
Aw, friends, friends. Come on, there's no need to fret.
No need to fret. We stand to lose everything.
Aw, it's simple. Seems like there's a bad seed that's been planted down in the abomination vaults, and well, all we need to do is go and root it out.
That's easier said than done. I can't risk the lives of my apprentices. Rin can't be so far away from the night sky and the stars above. And I haven't
Oh.
gone adventuring in a long time.
Well,
The Shuni will kind of look around himself, and you see that like out from behind the folds of his cloak, a little gnarled tree-like figure with two big knots for eyes will come scuttling around, and it'll kind of use its root legs to climb up his cloak and into his arm. He says,
well, I think Stick and I here are up for the job. If if these other brave adventurers wouldn't mind a tag along.
You're saying we're gonna have to do some ghost busting?
Are you afraid of ghosts?
I'm not afraid of a ghost.
Oh, dry those tears. Come on, everything will be fine. Besides, death is just a natural part of the cycle.
I
Can't
wish
manage
I
growth without it.
I wish I shared your optimism, Barg. But I appreciate your heroic gesture. Well, are the heroes of Otari willing to take in another member? And
Kill our former friend, Ghost? Yes.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
It's not as
Augrael just sits down, cross elbows and puts his head in his hands. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if you're willing to brave that abominable place, then we can't really tell you to not go with us. If so, by all means, welcome to the team.
Abominable place. Well, I've been to the Soddens during the wet season, and I can tell you that's pretty abominable. I have a hard time imagining this will be any worse.
Oh, it's worse, says Ottardo.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I guess, and someone like wipe out with tears and sniffing, wait, did I see you around lately? I mean, weren't you with that team who cleansed the fishery? No.
Fishery. Not sure about that. Maybe another shooty?
Oh, maybe. I mean, do you by any chance know that barber with a dashing mustache? No.
I haven't had a trim in a few years.
he says, referring to his shaggy coat.
I must have been thinking things. I'm sorry. It's been a very hard day today.
Does he have a little familiar on his shoulder or in that?
He does, yeah. He has that. I mean, there's one in the picture. There's also like a separate image for it that's a little, I think, more accurate to what I envision.
Stick is an actual creature. I
Stick,
didn't realize.
Stick is his familiar.
Oh, that's so cool. There's Stick.
It's a stick.
Well, so it is decided then, says Warlewin, clearly somewhat relieved. I guess you have your work cut out for you. I thank you, Bark, and you, Stick, of course. You're doing the druids of the Stone Ring Pond and the town of Otari and every living thing on this island a great service.
You're welcome.
And so, probably the fastest turnover in RPG history. To a close. Amazing. Oh man, just okay. So just for lift the curtain a little bit, Anthony was gonna had been planning to change characters,
I was
and
wondering. Okay.
we were trying to do it this session anyway. And originally the idea was to have Lucca just get basically arrested by the druids, without Lucca really knowing why.
I love it.
And maybe we would have kept it a secret for the party to figure out or something, and we would have come up with some excuse why Birke would join the party in Lucca's stead. But the way it played out, I think this is absolutely
Amazing.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. And even that the whispering reeds, the use of the whispering reeds, made this happen.
Triggered the
With
ghost, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Absolute gold. All right. Yeah, so I guess your new friend doesn't really need any rest or preparation because he's just arrived.
Feeling
Um,
good.
But the rest of the group, I would assume, needs the rest of the day off.
Well, yeah, and we will obviously use that day to actually get Birke up to speed with what the hell was happening down there.
Okay, so yeah, you basically so that's a good idea. So you spend the night at the Crook's Nook, telling tales of your adventures, letting Birke in on what you have been able to discover about the history of the place, about Belcora, about her plans, about the situation in there. And maybe Birke realizes that this might be a bigger thing than he anticipated.
Phew.
But
This sounds stickier than nettle sap on a hot summer day.
sure does sound like that.
Anyone want a drink?
He offers a jug.
You look like you could use one.
Someone will graciously accept it.
And if you do take a swig from his jug, you'll find that it contains whatever Soma's favorite alcohol is.
I wonder what it is actually. I haven't given it much thought, but it's most likely she will like take a swig and say, "Oh my god, do you seriously carry mead in this place? I mean, I thought only some Linear Kingdoms have this one."
He says, "Oh yeah, that's always a good one. You know, it's the bees are helpers with that. You know, the little pollen from the trees and the flowers and some industrious little fellows, and you get yourself a fine drink."
And someone will like digest it.
He'll offer some to Ottardo and to Augrael as well if they're inclined.
Definitely. Augrael's probably already drunk.
I have
She
no
drinks
idea
for
what
nights.
Augrael's favorite drink is, but it also
cocoa.
contains that. Oh, hot cocoa. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be alcoholic, I suppose. Oh no, it does say it's their favorite alcohol.
All right.
A
Yeah.
jug of fond remembrance. So
Oh wow.
whatever you like to drink is what's in it.
I guess for Ottardo, that's probably like I feel like some fermented port or something like that.
Yeah.
Fortified, I guess.
That's a cool item.
Yeah.
All right, so Birke quickly is making friends, despite the very strange circumstances of his joining the party. And yeah, I don't really like having everyone at different XP, so why don't we put Bark at 104 right now? Just so you don't always like run 100 XP behind the group. That's just kind of silly. All
Well,
right.
it'd be even
so
worse. You'd have to calculate different XP for me every time.
At some right. At some point, then when you're well, I guess you calculate the party level, so you yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's what is Bark's general like as they spend a night with Bark? How do you think they would walk away from it? That like his a general impression of his personality. He's clearly like a kind of optimist.
He's very optimistic, filled with folksy wisdom. Likes to use lots of plant-based metaphors. And yeah, he's a very cheery fellow. He doesn't seem to underestimate, the gravity of the situation, but he refuses to let it get him down.
Well, that's because he's never been there yet, so it's okay. Good thing we've already popped all the things that blow up and spray you in pus and
All the gross stuff.
yeah.
Oh, oh, I've rolled in my fair share of gross stuff.
Yeah, it's someone like giving like 1,000-mile stare with Vietnam flashbacks.
All right. So next day, we're
Yeah,
heading back
we-
to the vaults.
Yeah, we need to fix our wounded conditions and
Yeah. I mean, between Ottardo's lay on hands and whatever means you have, I
Shit.
guess we can safely say that you're just fully restored. Where's the sleeping thing? There it is. Rest for the night.
Bark would spend the morning making his preparations at the grove, at the stony pond.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we make our way over to the vaults.
Over the course of the night, we could get healed to full with like the tree wounds, maybe.
okay.
Or is that something we have to roll for?
No, I think it's we can assume that you at full hit points the next day.
Yeah, sorry, Augrael, you're not going to get any more void healing.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Limited visibility of bark and stick. All right. So back into the vaults, but where do you want to go? Are you ready to face Lucca's ghost right away, or what is your plan?
Well, I suppose the first thing we will just walk Bark through the walls with one level at a time to show just to show him what we have been through. Like saying like, well, see that now this is where the mites tried to planning their takeover of Atari, which we chased them off. Like there were the giant flies that were incredibly disgusting. Now the level beyond. Now see, these were those like warm flesh warp things that blew up and sprayed you in pus that I told you about. Yeah, then they blew up there. Then they blew up over there as well, and they also sprayed us away from over there. Yeah, and then we had at this point the flesh warped mites, not mites. Wait, Morlocks, right? Sorry, Augrael. Morlocks. They were horribly mangled by the worm people, and they were holding this floor on one side, and the ghouls were holding the floor on the other side in the library. So we killed them all, and the ghouls as well. No offense, Augrael, sorry.
That's
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and then
Noticing a distinct lack of flowers down here.
yeah. Well, no, it's okay. There were mushrooms down beyond as well, I think.
Oh, those are good too. An
No,
important
those
part of the
were
life
bad
cycle of
mushrooms.
the forest.
Yeah, yeah. Those
You
mushrooms
need
tried to kill us.
decomposers.
Hmm. And you see, and this is where was the tavern that we actually had a rap battle with a band that now plays in Crook's Nook. If you've seen them, you probably heard of them. They were very loud.
You guys had a battle of the bands without me?
Well,
We're playing
yeah,
Ninja.
Of course.
and then we killed everyone inside as well.
Okay, well, he seems a little disappointed as he looks around the empty bar.
Yeah, and over there down the line, there's a huge arena with a thing that we haven't killed yet, and I don't think we will.
Oh, is it some sort of abomination against nature itself?
Most likely, yes. We never dare to actually go inside and poke it to know for sure, but it does look abominable.
I'm all for getting rid of that. But maybe we should wait for this Ottardo fellow to get his self back together. He seems a little out of sorts. Maybe
We just lost our dear
loss
friend.
of your good friend and colleague Lucca has really affected him. He
Yeah,
almost
that-
seems like he has no one to take orders from.
He's just deeply wounded by this event. I mean,
By the depth of the betrayal, got it. 'Cause he
indeed,
was such a good friend.
we just have no context to understand what's happening. Like,
I see.
was he our friend from outside, or maybe he was working against us from the very beginning?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
that
we-
sucks.
Yeah, maybe we indeed were only tools in his bony hands. That's a painful thought to ponder.
Well, you know, even tools are beloved by good tradesmen. So maybe he felt some sort of way for you before
Well-
he was destroyed and turned into a vengeful ghost.
Mm. But then again, how he could feel anything? He had no glands, you know?
Oh yeah, glands are important. Well, anyway, where does that leave us?
At this point, I think we probably will get to the lower sides when we point at the giant pentagram door thing. Yeah, and well, ultimately, it brought us over here. With behind that was a giant. Well, he wasn't a giant, but like a really bad dude. He was a devil, and Lucca seemed to have very nice chat with him, which now in context sounds kind of suspicious, but
Well, it's always good to make friends.
yeah. But
What is Bark's exploration activity?
Oh, I hadn't even really thought about that. Yeah, probably. Oh man, I have to look at the list of them.
I'm excited to see a druid in action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
no,
too.
idea how this is gonna go. I never play prepared casters, so I'm like, I don't know how to do it. Let me find a list of exploration activities. Yeah, I don't know. I hope he doesn't leave too many big holes to be filled because he doesn't detect magic. It's just the main thing Lucca did. Augrael scouts, right? Usually.
I think I
Or
could actually.
or searches.
Let's see, what is it?
I have him
Or
on
voice
cert.
notice. I don't know.
Search?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's...
If Simon allows, I could actually slot detect magic into my newly acquired divine cantrips.
Yep, that works for me. So you want to
Um,
use detect magic as your exploration activity? Soma?
Maybe. Uh, 1 second, I will actually put it in first.
in that case, he can probably either search or scout. Scout is just like a flat +1 bonus, right, to initiative.
Scout is a +1 to initiative, yes.
And search is
You get
looking for
free.
hidden things.
Yeah, you seek meticulously for hidden doors, so on.
He should probably search. I think he has a pretty good perception, so. And he has dark vision.
Okay, so would I mean, obviously, 2 people searching might make sense because then you get more rolls. But Augrael, do you want to switch?
Yeah. So which activity was that I should do now?
Whatever you want, because
Oh,
like I
whatever.
said,
Okay.
yeah, it's just that Bark is
Yeah,
going
no,
to search, but
that
having
makes
2
sense.
people search makes sense too. So whatever you want to do.
Exploration. What are rogues good at for this?
So confused how this works. Oh, and then it adds them to my inventory.
Yeah, I'll scout since I'm not searching anymore.
Okay. So you can on your sheet in the
Yeah, I'll add that.
right tab.
There we go.
Okay, make it
Actually,
nighttime.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yes. Okay. I'll add it here.
I also, just so you know, I also have scent. Oh no, I don't have scent. I have a blunt snout, but that's just degree of success
I think
better
that's
on
kind of the
inhaled
opposite of
poisons.
that, technically, yeah.
But I do have dark vision.
All right. Okay.
yeah. By the way, I think in the morning while Soma prepares her talismans, she will instead prepare 2 Mortalis coins that prevent people from dying, and give one to Bark.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Is stick is usually on Bark's body, or where is stick usually?
Stick is usually trundling along beside me. He does have the independent familiar trait, which means that he can take an action on his own even when Bark doesn't command him.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to worry about him too much. He can kind of follow along and do his thing.
But he should be on his own square then, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I want to give.
I actually don't know where he went. I don't see him in the sidebar anymore.
I moved it to the familiar folder because otherwise.
Oh, he's in the folder.
Yeah.
There he is.
Although
Stick.
maybe I'll put him in the party. I think it gets. I think it'll do the encounter math correctly because it is a familiar sheet, so it should not mess up the encounter math. All right, so we got it. All right, and then you're heading back down the stairs towards the room, the hall with the swampy water. Is that right? Or are you gonna try the elevator shaft, which was the other way that you discovered to get down here?
Probably the leaf or the room or the stairwell. I mean.
Yeah, I'm asking. So you're. I was assuming you want to get back to that level where you were, where Lucca
Right.
died, but I'm not. Do you want to go straight to Lucca's remains, or do you want to try the elevator shaft to go down some other way? It's your call.
If you will permit to say that we've discussed this beforehand, I could prepare spells that would help us with climbing.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's your call.
Since we just kind of jumped into this character. And I still don't. I still can't get my brain around being a prepared caster and having to pick everything in advance. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on if you guys want to go back and fight the ghost right now, or if you want to wait until, like, Sam's here and you can fight him.
Mm. Well, I suppose it would be more polite to be in full strength. But at this point, like, we kind of started it, we might as well finish it. So I'm kind of ambivalent on this point.
Yes, that's how I was feeling.
Okay, well,
Alright.
if you want to go fight the ghost, we can go fight the ghost. We will.
Alright.
I don't know how good I'll be at fighting a ghost. That's just learning
Let's
this
find
character.
out. Where would Birke be usually in the marching order?
I mean, if he's searching, well, he's probably not in the front. Well, actually, he's probably right behind Ottardo, because he's not like as squishy as Lucca was. He's actually got a shield that he's carrying as well. He's got like a staff in one hand and a shield in the other.
All right. In that case, here we are. So you make your way down the staircase, and you find yourself back in that hallway where Belcora had manifested just not even 24 hours ago. It might make your knees still a little shaky thinking about that experience. But you steel yourselves because you know in the hall in front of you, the malevolent ghost of Lucanor might be waiting for you. Ottardo takes the lead, I assume, leading the group into the room. I can remove the will-o-wisps because they're basically...
Can you remind me the shortcut for following?
F, I think. You hover over the token you want to follow and then F.
Oh, good. Now the familiar will just follow me. That's great.
Excellent. What size is the familiar? Tiny. So it
Tiny.
can be on. It can share a square with anyone if that's still the case.
You can share
right?
my square for now.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering. Okay. All right. So Ottardo leads the group in here, and he says, "Careful. He might be lurking around here somewhere." And indeed, as you make your way fully into the chamber, you hear that laughter that sounds so much not like Lucca, but then somewhere in there is a little bit of his intonation, of his cadence, that does bring up a memory of your now lost friend. And that laughter echoes through the room as we're rolling for initiative. Okay, so it should have included the scouting bonus now.
It seems it's included for me.
Yes, I see it. Okay. And then we begin the encounter. Birke, you're up.
Oh, I'm not used to being first. And I can't see him, of course. I don't have spirit sense. Gonna start by casting a spell to get a little bit more protective since we don't know what's coming. We're just gonna do a, pardon my slowness, I think Oaken Resilience is what I want. Oh, no, wait, that's for bludgeoning and piercing damage. I do not want that. Maybe we're just gonna make Ottardo a bigger target. Literally. I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Ottardo.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna use my final action to raise a shield. Something I never do. So this character is gonna be really hard for me to get a handle on.
Okay, so I believe I can set Ottardo's appearance and then.
I think it should enlarge him by the effect, no?
Oh, right, the effect should do it. So, spell effect enlarge. Nice. There it is. Bolstered by magical power, the target grows its size. The creature's clumsy one, so I'll put that on him. Oh, it was already tied to it, so that's fine. Okay. All right, that's your turn.
That's my turn.
All right, so Ottardo grows in size, and then the laughter continues. The ghost manifests over here, and then the laughter turns into this howl, this moan, still sounding like a little bit like mockery, but quite frightful or fear-inducing. So we'll have everyone within 30 feet, which is everyone, do the will save here. Ottardo succeeds. Souma failed. Spark fails. Maybe this is not what he was expecting after all. Augrael succeeds. So Souma and Bark, you are frightened too.
Does it affect my familiar too?
That's you gotta tell me. I think I would assume so, right?
I think it
mean,
does. Yeah, it's its
yeah.
own creature.
Yeah, then go for it. Roll a save for your familiar. 28 is not enough, so your familiar is also frightened. Can I target it? No, that was wrong. Because you're sharing the square, it makes it a little hard to target.
Frightened.
And you are frightened too as well. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So that was 2 actions for the ghost, and then the third action. No, third action is moving. That's the manifestation. It takes it an action because it actually moves into this room, basically. Soma, your turn.
Well, if we are afraid, then with trembling lips she will try to play the courageous anthem. And make it lingering.
Yes, that is
makes it.
lingering. That makes it 3 rounds. Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
Ottardo's big token is so funny looking.
2 more actions.
Yeah. I think at this point we need to think of something more interesting. So Soma will pull out the holy prayer beads that she acquired recently, and I will raise a shield with my last action. Not this one.
Okay. Ottardo. You see that it's hard for him, but thankfully the ghost in his appearance doesn't really look anything like Lucca, so that makes it a little easier to target his old friend. And then he strikes at him, missing once. Everything's in here, yeah. Missing twice, and then raising a shield as his third action.
Just realized this enlarging him gives him 15 feet of reach.
Yeah, it's and then he has that with his reaction he can take another step, so he has 20 feet for his protection racket here. All right, Augrael.
Okay. Augrael's going to recall knowledge on a ghost
All right.
to strike.
What do you recall about Lucca?
Yeah, I mean, on the ghost itself, like on the ghost quality of it, that would be occultism or religion.
Okay. Cultism. Nice.
All right, that's a success. So you know a good deal about ghosts. You know what they're immune against and the resistances and all that stuff. But I think you, as a player, you already know all that. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Then he will stride. So if I move like through Ottardo as a big one, is it double
It's
each
all.
time I'm in a square?
No,
No,
you just move through allies as normal.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
it's not like
Oops,
D&D.
I lost a token underneath. How do you switch it?
Z.
Z.
Yeah.
T. Thank you. And then I will strike.
All right.
And it's counted as off guard to me, even though he's not flanking, since I recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm. That is a hit.
It doesn't change to a crit by the off guard, does it? Or does it include it?
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
okay, just
It
making
did
sure.
not
Okay.
include it, but it doesn't change it.
Thank you. All right. I did not analyze weakness, so just that.
Okay, 18 points of damage, but none of that goes through.
Oh yeah.
Mysterious.
So your weapon just, swishes or pokes right through air.
Even though
Third
it's
action.
magical?
That's what it
Yikes.
says right here. Immune to precision, so that goes away. And resist to all. Yeah, so it's only 8 points of regular damage. And that's. Except forced, ghost touch, spirit, vitality, double resistance versus non magical. So, yeah.
Okay. Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Third action for Augrael?
He is going to I think he's just gonna stride back.
Okay. All right, Bark.
Oh no, I can't. I recalled knowledge, then strode, then.
Oh, you're right. That, yep. Bark.
He's like, looks like you could use a hand. And he's gonna come forward. He's gonna say, "The grove stands against the wind better than a single sapling." And he's gonna get right up here with his movement. He's not commanding stick, but stick will take its one action to keep following him for now. And then he will use 2 actions to cast.
So does Stick still acts on Bark's initiative, but does
I
act
believe
in
so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just instead of normally I would have to spend an action and then he takes 2, but with independent he just gets 1 even when I don't command him.
Got it.
So I am going to cast this Vitality Lash
Ooh.
and force a Fortitude save on Lucanor's ghost.
Okay, let's see that.
Killing my old PC. I love it. This is
Very therapeutic.
yeah.
Killing the evil version of your.
It is basic, so it'll take half
Okay.
of 25 points of vitality damage.
Ooh, and it takes 12 of those points. That's the hot roll that you had there. Okay, so that was your turn.
Yep.
And then it's Lucanor's turn, and he speaks out, and he says, "You have served your purpose well. You've brought me this far, and now I will dispose of you. Too bad you will not see me rule this world." And then it'll try. It'll reach down to. He'll turn towards Augrael and he say, "Ah, you've always been the dumb one. I'll take you first." And then he reaches out, and he's gonna. Is it targets one living creature? No.
Your blind loyalty was useful. But now it has served.
Augrael looks at Ottardo and he's like, I'm not the dumb one.
Yeah, feel free to fill in his villainous monologuing. Yeah, so he'll touch you. Wait, this is also not touch. They're all range. Okay, so then I guess he'll just. Oh right, he's within range of Ottardo. So he'll have to. Oh, he's arrogant as hell. So he's just gonna assume that nobody can touch him. So he's gonna cast a spell while being within range of Ottardo. Oh, but he doesn't have attack of opportunity. He just has retributive. Right. Okay.
Well,
okay.
he can
so,
interposition something himself, right?
what?
Well, Ottardo
anyway.
yeah.
He's targeting Augrael. Casts a spell,
Okay.
and Augrael, you need to roll that save. You fail, and you see a vision of your own death.
Oh boy.
And
You're using my own 5th level spells against the party?
oh, my kids have a little bit of a thing. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I just got that spell.
Well, now I want to make a new character.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had general idea of a stack of replacement characters, but now I have a feeling that I need to actually prepare them. Especially since now we're like 9th level, and like Melkis wasn't 9th level, and Firas, the summoner, wasn't the 9th level, so it's. Although I suppose if I was going to slot in Melkis, I will have to remake him as someone other than Mastermind Rogue, like maybe a swashbuckler.
be right back, guys.
Mhm.
All right, sorry. My kids are playing dress up, and there's not enough green pants for everyone. So clear emergency. All right, so Augrael took 27 points of damage watching a vision of his death. What would that look like from his perspective, do you think?
I bet it's very fuzzy to him, but just I don't remember. Did it describe how he actually died the first time? I don't remember if that was part of his backstory or not.
Mm, no, I don't know. I don't know if we know how he actually died.
Yeah, so I think maybe he's even forgotten so long after, but it's
Mhm.
just memories of excruciating pain and
Mhm.
anguish. And probably interspersed with watching Lucca die just recently.
All right, and then with the last action, the ghost moves into the wall over here. And then it's Soma's turn.
Well, here goes the plan of hitting him with Vitality Lash as well.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. It's just the reactions. So Ottardo, because it's just damage, it's not weapon damage. So Ottardo does get to make his retributive strike. So he's gonna attack once. Where is his weapon? There it is. But misses. Okay, now it's Soma's turn. Sorry.
Oh, does that reduce the damage or no?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that means that you also get 11 points of damage reduced.
Okay, cool.
Finally, Soma.
Yeah, well,
Connor?
without target, I can't really do anything. I've put my buff on everyone, and everything else requires me to target something.
Oh, you want to wait?
I think so.
Okay. Then the next is Ottardo, who's also going to be frustrated by not having a target, so he's going to delay. Augrael.
Ditto.
All right. And Bark.
Can I tell what magic he used to cast that? What tradition?
Identify a spell, basically. Identifying spells. You should identify the spell, especially if it's a spell being cast and you have that spell in your repertoire. You automatically know what it is. If you want to identify it, but don't ever prepare it, you must spend an action on your turn attempting to identify it using recall knowledge. Yes, you can use recall knowledge to do that.
Okay.
So that would be, I guess, when you know the skill, it'll tell you which school. Arcana.
Yeah, he's literally just trying to identify the tradition, but I'll make the roll.
Yeah, I don't think there are rules for how to identify the tradition because the meta game is strong about that when you.
It's weird that I'm rolling. I'm not trained in arcane and arcana, so it's gonna be really bad.
So, I guess you don't know what it is then. I mean, it could be a very powerful school of your own tradition, right? You just don't know.
Okay. I mean, I have an ability that is very reliant on knowing what tradition enemies are casting, just for future reference. So I don't know how effective
Okay.
it will be if I'm not trained in occultism and I'm not trained in arcana and I can't identify any of their spells. I'm not trained in religion. They're not my area of specialty, but I'm not good at defending against them. Will be weird.
Yeah, I think
So
what we would do is we would reduce the DC where like you would have to hit the actual DC to know what spell it is, but then we would have some reduced DC. We'll figure out what that is to identify which school it is reliably.
okay.
There's gonna be definitely metagaming there because
Yeah, because
obviously.
either I have to metagame it or I won't be able to identify anything and use the ability. So, okay. Since I don't know what kind of magic that was, I guess I'll do something else. I'm going to try to kind of get in the middle. Hang on, is there a radius for this spell? When an ally adjacent, so you have to be adjacent to it. Okay. Well, that is a bit trickier when I guess he's gonna get as many people adjacent to it as he can. So he'll move over here, and then he's going to say, "All right, everyone, gather around the protector tree." I guess the protector tree. I guess in the square. So it's a tree. It basically creates difficult terrain in that square, but you can still pass through it. And if you're adjacent, it can basically absorb hits. So he cast it at a 5th level, so it has 50 hit points.
That's very cool.
All right. Yeah, okay. And we can talk about this more, but I think how we're going to have to do it is that when you try to identify a spell, I roll secretly, so you don't know if you failed your
Right.
own trish. So I think that's the only way to do this
Okay.
without making it too metagamey. Okay, so the ghost steps out of the wall and hovers over into that corner over here, and then casts a spell. A cone of freezing winds extends from his hands and pushes all of you away with great force. It's a 2-action spell. And each creature in the area takes 10d6 cold damage with a basic reflex save. Okay, so everyone does a reflex save. Ooh, fails. Because of being frightened.
Miserable.
That's a successful bark. And a fail for Soma. And how about little stick?
Good
Fail.
for stick.
Wait, that's a crit fail for stick. So we have... Is it a basic save, though? Yes. So that's 32 for regular failures and 64 for a crit save, for crit fail. And Lucanor just cackles. And then I would assume that Augrael and Ottardo are going to want to take their turns.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll let Ottardo take his turn first to set up a
Sure.
full potentially. Well, there's not
Well,
really
I
a
don't think
whole
that'll
lot.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just take him first. So Ottardo's going to target him, striking with his ghost touch weapon. Manages to hit. Oh, really? That's all the damage he does? I guess that's not his thing.
Does it include the +2 from the... Oh, yeah, it does, from Enlarge.
It does, yeah. Then that's another hit, though. For another 16. Chipping away. And then he raises a shield. Or actually, raising a shield probably doesn't make any sense because it's a ghost touch anyway. So he's just going to go full. Alright, crit miss. And then it's Augrael's turn.
All right, Augrael should have remembered he had this thing before, but he's now doing it. So he's going to swap and take out the Lantern of Empty Light and use it on this creature. So it needs to make a will save.
Alright. You direct the lantern light upon a single living creature? No. You direct it upon a single incorporeal creature. And then have the will save. Crit succeeds.
Damn it.
And that's a basic, so no damage.
This is the best I got against ghosts.
And I guess Lucano will laugh at that attempt and he will say, the gaze of my goddess would not harm me. He pulled me onto this plane to finish this world for her. She would not banish me. She wouldn't abandon me. Soma.
Well,
Turn.
at this point, Soma will grow deadly serious, will clench the holy prayer beads in her fist, whisper quiet prayer to Desna, look at the Lucanor like dead in the eye, and it will say, dodge this. She will cast magic missile at fifth circle.
Nice.
Gonna use those slots for something. So let's pop out this one, and that would be 3 missiles per action, and we will use all 3 actions.
Whoa, that's 9 missiles?
Yep.
Wow.
94,
1,
so that
2,
18,
3.
27.
1, 2,
Oh, 1 is
3.
2, right.
1, 2, 3. And of course, those are also buffed by Courageous Anthem, so. Let's go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of force that you rolled there. No, I don't mean FORCE, but FOURS.
But also both.
Yep. All right, that was a barrage, a true force barrage.
Yep.
And that's your turn. So, Bark.
Torn between I guess it's a good time to go for a Vitality Lash again. It's 30 feet, so I can cast it from right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but wait, my little buddy's down. Do I have an ability to actually protect my companion? I mean, there's a spell called Protect Companion, but it's too late for that. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna use Vitality Lash for now.
Okay. Tries to save, succeeds, regular
So
success.
he takes half of that.
Takes some damage. Third action.
And then my last action will be pulling out a elixir.
All right. An elixir, so that's alchemy at play here, right? Can you?
It is technically it is considered alchemical, but it is also herbal. It has the herbal trait.
Oh.
So how does this work? Did you make this yourself, or what is it?
I have made it myself. I have the herbalist dedication. So every morning I can prepare a certain number of these healing consumables that are technically they're alchemical, but they're made by herbal means.
Okay. And they could be used by anyone or just by you, or how does it?
They can be used by anyone.
Okay. All right.
They're like infused, I think infused reagents or whatever that an alchemist would do.
Got it. Yep. So they expire at some point.
They do expire at the end of the day. Yeah, I have to make them fresh every time.
Okay, so it's Lucanor's turn, and he, after getting pummeled by all of those magic missiles, he grows a little frustrated and angry, and he yells out, but not with a frightful moan, and instead he sends his bones, Lucca's bones, he sends them flying in a whirlwind of telekinetic assault. Everyone in the room must make a reflex save.
Damn, my tree does not protect it.
Great fails. Nice work, Augrael, succeeding to critical success. Nice.
Yeah, because of the rogue stuff.
What happens to Stick? Does he automatically fail, or how does that work? It's unconscious.
Yeah, I guess that does mean auto fail. Yeah. So he goes down to dying too.
Okay.
Can I battle medicine a plant?
We'll get there. Let's see Bark's save. What is if we were to roll to? Does get an unconscious -4 for the reflex save.
So
Okay,
it does,
well,
I guess it does, which would
would be-
critically fail.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's better to just auto fail instead of trying to roll. I'm gonna go with auto fail for now. So
Okay.
what's Bark's save?
I failed.
I
I don't think I
see.
took the damage. Oh, did I roll it?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No, I didn't. Oh, sorry. I thought I rolled it. Oh, I see. I clicked the wrong thing.
There you
Oh,
go.
well, that's
And
great.
Yes. Yep. And why does it not show up with the DC though? Okay. So Ottardo takes twice that because he crit failed. And probably also because of some mental damage, having the remains of his friend be used as a weapon against him. Augrael, no damage. Soma, you take you take just that damage, and Bark, you take half that damage. All right. So, but damage, which means that that triggers Ottardo's reaction. It doesn't necessarily need to be weapon damage, so he gets to throw a strike at the ghost, but fails to connect. Great. And then the ghost steps into the wall. And it's Ottardo's turn, and he's just going to have to delay. Well, actually, he might want to heal himself. Yeah, he's going to lay on hands on himself. Healing, and that's 30 points for himself. And then it's Augrael's turn.
I mean, I just, yeah, I don't see him. I'll delay.
All right, Soma.
Yeah, I think I need to patch myself up. So someone will. Yeah. So first we'll start with. I think at this point we can use the defensive anthem, and so she will launch the inspired defense, and then she will try to heal herself. Yeah. Yeah, rallying anthem.
Okay.
And I will
something important next time. Yep. What is that your turn?
And I will cast Soothe on myself from third rank.
Okay. And then it's Bark's turn.
One action to administer the elixir to Stick.
Mm-hmm.
Watering Stick's fruits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to actually make this. Oh, there we go. And Stick will be healed. I will, since can I make another attempt to identify the magic since it's a new spell?
Yes. I will roll that for you. Just so that we get into the habit of it. How do I do that? I go here. And then no. You are not sure what it is.
I'm gonna have to rebuild his. If he has to identify every caster we come across, I'm gonna have to rebuild him a bit. But one action left. He's going to see. He's going to cast Protect Companion. And this is also going to give Stick a chance to stand up using his one action.
All right. Ready?
And his frightened condition isn't going down. I don't know why.
It
Oh,
should
because he's
go.
not. Because he doesn't have turns. That's why it's not going down.
Oh, right. He's
Okay.
not in the. Yeah, he's not in the initiative.
That's it for me. I'll cast
Oh,
Protect
it does,
Uncanny.
even if when I try to add him to the initiative, it says excluding minion Stick from initiative, so it's doing that intentionally.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
do it manually then.
the ghost steps out of the wall, so that's one action. And then what I just learned is, or I realized, when a ghost starts or an incorporeal creature starts its turn inside an object, it actually gains slowed 1 for that turn.
Oh.
So he can step out and then have 2 actions left. He steps out and has 1 action left, which he's going to use to try to touch Ottardo. Oh, but critically misses. And that makes sense because otherwise it could just step out, ghost touch,
Yeah.
and move back into the wall. So that would make it really hard to fight it. All right, and then it's Ottardo's turn, and he's going to use everything he's got and slam the ghost. Missing, missing, missing.
Oof.
He is off his game, and it's Augrael's turn.
All right. Augrael's just gonna step up and try and swing. He just has nothing against this thing. Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. If they're delaying, shouldn't they be like getting their delayed turns at some point? They're just back in initiative now.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
yeah, but they were delaying until after the ghost, so they ended up being in the
Okay.
same. Yeah, they basically skipped their turn. So that's a hit. 17, but of that, nothing is going to come through. Didn't
Ugh.
we get
Yep.
you a ghost touch weapon at some point? I thought
I
Augrael
don't
had
think
something.
so.
I thought
I
Augrael
think
had
was it
something to fight. I thought you all had incorporeal stuff after some encounters with incorporeal.
We
ranged
usually
I know
use
Ottardo got himself Ghost Touch.
Yeah. Might be something to think about since you're ultimately fighting a ghost sorceress.
A ghost, as we just saw.
Yeah, 100% gonna have to get it now.
Souma.
Okay, and now I will cast Inspire Courage, and then, and since Lucca finally showed himself, I will try to whack him with Vitality Lash.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, rolls his
There we go.
Crit fails.
Oh my god. Yes. Nice.
Bombing.
That's just a regular one, I assume.
Well,
So-
there's no like option to roll critical, so he just doubles ability.
Doubles 38 points of damage. Crit fails, so he's enfeebled 1, which I guess doesn't do much for a ghost, but still. Bad.
Yep. That's
Third action?
nothing. It's one action to cast
Okay,
and one
okay.
action to 2 actions to Vitality Lash.
Oh, the inspire.
Bark,
Yeah.
Bark will try to follow that up. He says,
That was very, very, very rude of you to hurt Stick like that.
Oh, another vitality lash, and this one fails. Regular failure. Roll that damage, and I think
25.
that's
Oh, look at
25
that.
points. And how does Lucanor go?
Not well, because he knows what awaits him on the other side. He was bound by his devil's contract when he was in his skeleton. Now that he's free of it, he's bound by other things. And so as he gradually realizes that like he can't maintain his grip on the mortal plane anymore, the material plane, he's like looking down at himself starting to flicker and fade away. It's like, no, I always knew that damn vitality magic would be the end of me. He looks at you and he's like, you
You all served me well. I will have vengeance for you turning against me. Vengeance! Vengeance!
And
He
with
thinks
those words, his ghostly apparition gets like sucked into the book, the Whispering Reeds, that is
Ooh,
still like there's kind of like lies discarded among the remains of Lucca in that corner, and his like just like in Ghostbusters when they get sucked in the trap, his ghost like, and the book like trembles slightly, and then just lies there, silent, quiet, as if nothing had happened. And you all get 60 XP.
Nice.
60 XP for killing Lucca. Lucanor.
Lucanor, that's right.
Wow, I really got to get a handle on these spells.
Okay, I think this is a good time to call it a night. I mean, we spent the entire session in this room, basically.
It was fun
But
though.
that, wow, that was awesome. I really, really love how this played out. I mean, it's just so cool.
It was
It's
good.
funny because Anthony and I were talking about how we make this not too forced, the transition, because he wanted to go to a new calendar, and it's just perfect. Love it.